time it is.
Welcome to the C Squared Hour. I'm your host, Chris, coming to you live for this bonus episode from my secret bunker. Today is truly a C Squared episode. Obviously, with this being a bonus episode, Chris wasn't able to make it, but I have another guest that I am intimately familiar with. Before we get going any further, I just want to let everyone know I am drinking Pacific Wonderland Lager from Deschutes Brewery out of Bend, Oregon. I tend to go with them quite often. They're pretty easy to find in this area. And like I said, a lot of the breweries are closed, so it's hard to not go to the grocery store to get this shit. So that's what I'm drinking. The douchebag who I am with is just drinking Trulies like they're a homo. That being said, I would like to introduce my guest. Again, someone I am intimately familiar with, making this a true C Squared Hour. It is Casey.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going.
You've been begging for months to get on the show. How does it feel now? Is it everything you hoped for so far?
Oh, I'm so excited to be here.
Are you?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous, honey.
You're also a little drunk.
I am. I like Trulies.
What's the difference between a Truly and a White Claw minus the name?
There isn't. Actually, I think White Claws are a tiny bit better, but so I really don't know why I'm drinking Trulies, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So with Thanksgiving last week, I just have to ask you, being the liberal snowflake that you are, how many people did you report on Thanksgiving for having too many people at their house?
First of all, I'm not a liberal snowflake.
Okay, whatever you say.
No, I'm not.
We can decide. We can decide once this is done. We'll figure it out. We'll let the listeners decide.
People tend to think that I'm more liberal, because I prefer kindness and kind of letting people do their own thing to a certain extent, as long as you are not hurting somebody else, or hurting, then. I don't know, and just be kind to people. Mind your business.
Yeah, well, that being said, how many people did you report on Thanksgiving for having too much family around?
None! I didn't report anybody. Nobody.
Why not?
Why would I do that?
Because the governor asked us to.
I'm not.
You voted for our governor. You should do everything he asks of us.
No, that's not how life works, nor this country, nor... No.
So the answer is none people? You reported none people?
None people. I reported none people, yes.
Well, were you thinking about it? I know in our neighborhood we saw a few gatherings that looked to be more than 5 people or whatever the fuck you're supposed to have.
No, I don't know. Who do you think no, I'm I really do believe that you should mind your business. I really do. You should worry about yourself. As long as you are doing what you need to be doing, then that is all you can do, to be honest. If you see injustices, of course you should stand up and do everything you can. However, you're not necessarily going to change that person's mind. So when it comes to stupid things like a Thanksgiving dinner, you should probably pick your battles and say, that's not my business. I don't know why they're having people over. You don't know that someone in there doesn't have cancer, or it's their last Thanksgiving.
Or they all have COVID, so it doesn't matter.
Right, so it really doesn't matter. Or they were all tested. You don't know. So shut your freaking mouth. I'm sorry, but it's not your business. My husband knows that this is a big topic for me, so he's good at what he does, and he's antagonizing me. But
well, that's kind of
I'm really a mind your business. There are certain things you obviously shouldn't mind your business on, okay? But I know this is hard, but we should all trust each other to a certain extent that we will do what is right in certain situations. No, we're not all going to do that, but you can't control what other people are going to do. I'm so sorry to say that to everybody. You can't. So be kind, mind your business, do what you need to do, and be the change you want to see. I know that's so like cliche, but it really is like, that's what you need to do.
Okay, that's your only one of those lines you get before I have to kick you out.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, no. I mean, yes, but yes, you're correct. I'll try not to do that again. However, that really is like, you can only control you. So you're kind of an asshole. Like, you're an asshole too if you're doing that. If you're butting into people's fucking lives, wear your mask. And like, I'm sorry, we have friends who are liberal and who do wear their mask and who are very like, no,
you wear your mask. Let's not.
No, I do.
Yeah,
of course I do.
So
oh my God. Yes. Yes, I wear my mask. Of course I do. But we have friends who are, but they still respect us when we decide that we don't want to, or if we decided we didn't want to, or, you know, that you may want to cut this part out. I don't want to talk about, seriously, now I lost my train of thought. This is not, okay, let's loop back.
Well, let's make it clear.
Yeah,
you do wear your mask.
Yes, of course I do.
So
because I want to do my part, right? Just like my husband, no matter what he said on his pod, wears his mask as well. My husband wants to protect himself and other people from spreading sickness.
I don't know how truer it isn't, but it's no skin off my ass. And like I said before, doctors wear masks and bank robbers wear masks, so it has to work in some cases. So why not this case?
That is, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you don't listen, so you didn't hear that line before, but it's cool.
I listen, but...
You okay over
Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Well, yeah, just mind your business. Like, seriously.
Well,
that's my thing.
That's like...
Seriously. Like I said, there are some cases, if you see someone getting beaten or murdered
but then again, you don't know why they're getting beaten.
Injustices,
Well, but the problem is you don't know why they're getting beaten. Like, maybe you're seeing a woman who lipped off too many times to her husband and needed that beating.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So maybe that's what's happening. So again, mind your business, even if they're getting beaten. Not your business.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. You should definitely call in some backup or something, or report it, or I wouldn't say intervene. First of all, this country or what, I don't know, like, who's in charge of like the PR for like activist movements? Who's in charge of that?
No one really.
They're bad at it. They are so bad at it. Like, this is just my opinion. I am fully for the Black Lives Matter movement. I really am. They just need to call it something different, because this is going to maybe be unpopular too. White people especially are sensitive, even though they like to pretend like they're not. They are. And when you imply that their lives do not matter, or even just certain types of white people, not even all white people, certain types of white people, when you imply that their lives do not matter, that works against you. It doesn't work for you. You have to, marketing 101, you need to try and appeal to everybody. And this movement needs marketing if you want to achieve the goal, which is things to change and things to get better, which I think needs to happen. But like, it's bad. Like, why would you, like, I agree that, yeah, Black Lives Matter. And like, yeah, they're the, whatever the analogy was, they're the house that's falling down or the house, whatever right now. And the whole block is okay or whatever. But like, I agree with that. But you're also dealing with not very intelligent people, which you can't change that. So you got to appeal to what's going to work. Like, don't you just want it to work? Like, put your pride aside.
You've had quite a bit of stuff in your sticking in your craw, apparently.
No, I just think that
this started with mind your business to here's why Black Lives Matter doesn't work.
Yeah, I went off on a tangent there. We don't need to talk about that because like I agree with it, and I don't want to get like, I don't want people to hate me, but that is my opinion. Like, I agree with it, but I think they need a new PR person. I'm not going to lie.
The problem is the Black Lives Matter movement is all for, the people who agree with it and whatnot.
It's disgusting.
I know. I cut out my burps. Don't worry about
it.
Okay. It's all fine and well for the people, that are already going to support it, but you're going after the rich white people to try to change shit. And rich white people aren't gonna get behind something like that just because they don't like the name, even though the name doesn't mean shit. So anyway, back to...
But the name does mean shit, though, to not as educated white people.
That's right.
I'm not going to say ignorant. I'm not going to make it... Because, by the way, I'm just going to say, telling somebody that they are uneducated does not help that fact. Okay? Most uneducated people do not know that they are uneducated. They think they are as educated as they should be or can be. You know the people I'm talking about. The white people we're talking about, okay? You telling them, screaming at them, get educated. They don't know how. If they knew how to be educated, they would be educated.
Right.
That's also you screaming that at them does not help. Why don't you kindly educate them? Why don't you say, hey, have you thought about reading this? Hey, have you seen this? Maybe ask them why they're not, what made you come to that conclusion? Don't be rude and mind your business. To a certain extent, our dog is whining. Do you want to go out? Here.
Going back to what this originally started.
Yeah, you have to cut some of that out. But that was good, though. It's good stuff. I should be on The View. The View. Don't cut that out. By the way, just so everyone is clear, wild berry Trulies are the best. Black cherry White Claws are the best.
Okay.
But I prefer whiskey.
So here is my question for you. You tend to vote very on the liberal side, correct?
Correct.
So me being the libertarian that I am, our political model is very much, leave you alone, mind your business, So my question is, how... I'm gonna try to sound really educated. This is where all my squareheads. That's our fans.
That's fucking weird. I don't like that.
Squareheads?
No.
This is what they like when I show how smart I really am, even though I'm an idiot.
You're not an idiot, though. I love my husband. Wait, did he even tell you that did you even say your wife? Did you even introduce me as your wife?
I said intimately, and then we've mentioned wife and husband and shit like that. With the way you talk over me, they're gonna fucking know.
Hey, I've been really good at not talking over you, actually. The Trulies help. They do.
Whatever you say. So, how do you I don't know. Why can't I think of the fucking word?
I don't know. You're gonna have to edit this out too, dummy.
No, I won't. This part helps. Humanizes. So, liberal policy tends to be up in everyone's business. More regulations, more taxes, more things like that. Isn't that getting up in people's business? So how do you compartmentalize that enough to say, hey,
justify that?
Yeah.
How do I make the decisions I make?
Yes. Yeah.
Priorities. My priorities are, so there is not a word for what I am politically. I am
phony.
Shut the fuck up. I am more libertarian, but I am also liberal. But I'm liberal when it comes to social issues, but I'm not a socialist. But the reason I say when it comes to social issues is because obviously civil rights and shit, all that. But I basically believe that the government is only there to provide services. That is what I believe. So I don't know what that is, but I tend to vote liberal because I want people to have civil rights, I guess. I'm not saying that I guess Republican or conservative people don't. I guess they have different priorities. And that's what it comes down to, and people don't like that. I don't think that I agree with people when they say that civil liberties shouldn't be negotiable. I agree with that, and I think we've come a long way. I think people are a little dramatic sometimes. That's probably unpopular. I think they worry too much about what's going to be taken away. However, I can say as a woman, I really am scared about having my reproductive rights
That's what I was going to say.
Squandered.
So you vote blue. You vote blue because they're worried about your sniz.
Yeah, that's a priority. That is top. I'm sorry, but it is. It's number one.
I think women get too much in this society anyway now.
Yeah, right.
You know, you're gonna have to trade some shit in if you want your cooch, taken care of.
Right. But the cool thing is though is that libertarians also are feel the same though. Like leave me alone, mind your business. My vagina, my penis, my uterus, my testicles are none of your fucking business. They really aren't. And it's honestly also none of your business why I'm getting an abortion. It really isn't. I think it's great that people are like, they, say abortion should be legal because people who get raped or incest or the baby is going to end up killing the mother or vice versa or, whatever. It's none of your fucking business. It's like, it doesn't matter why I'm getting the abortion. I can go fucking sleep with whoever the fuck I want to, and that's my form of birth control up until a certain time, because yes, I think it is a murder after a certain amount of time.
Or if you find out that the man who dumped a batch in you has some Polish in his lineage, you might want to get that taken care of.
No, yes, exactly. Like, well, I mean, oh my God,
you
babe.
really hate the fucking Polish.
No, not that exact thing. I don't agree with that. But yes, maybe you get pregnant and I realize that my deadbeat, fucking husband doesn't want a child and he's going to leave and I'm going to be by myself with this child. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to fucking leave his ass too. But because I found out something really bad.
The Polish.
Yeah. But like, that is my decision. I have the ability to fucking cook a human being. You do not, so you do not get to say a goddamn thing.
Here's the thing. I heard a very good analogy for that the other day. Mm-hmm. So, if I put $1 in a soda machine,
yes,
and I press the button, and it comes out, that's my soda, right? If I put my seed in a woman, and a baby comes out, that's my baby. The soda machine doesn't have any claim to the baby once it's out. So, yeah. I mean, aren't women just essentially soda machines?
Babe, no, that is a great point, actually. However,
I thought so too.
However, you got a soda and you got a human being. So, and there's money involved when it comes to sodas. And I'm not, you're not like paying me like to give me your seed. There's money and it's complicated. So no. Well, I would say it's not the same thing.
The seed is the currency.
But I understand where your brain's at, babe. I get it.
The seed is the currency.
Okay. I get it.
So, I mean, I'm just...
But really, it's mine. It's mine. My baby. No. And my soda, really. It's just all mine.
Have you ever given a soda back to the machine?
No.
Well... This leads me into another question I've been asked, and on numerous occasions, I would say. How could someone like you be married to such a bigoted misogynist that I am?
That is a great question.
It's a tough answer,
It's a two-part answer. The first part is that I'm kind of the same way. That's the funny answer.
So fuck broads, right?
No.
You had your march in the 20s, get over it.
Fuck broads to a certain extent. Fuck men to a certain extent. Fuck everybody to a certain extent. I don't really like people so much.
You should quit hitting the fucking mic.
I also am not good at that. The second part to that question is that you aren't those things, really. Dun dun dun. That's the secret. Anybody who knows my husband, who knows Chris Duncan intimately, not just penis and butthole, but intimately, emotionally knows that he has, without getting, I guess, sappy, whatever, one of like the biggest heart ever. If he loves you, cares about you, if you care about him, if you are someone important in his life, male, female, trans, black, white, purple, yellow, whatever fucking you are, he loves you. What he doesn't like is hypocrites. What he doesn't like is saying that someone should be equal and then treating them otherwise. Because that is, like I say,
and Polacks.
Yes,
not a big fan of
too.
those.
You're not antagonizing. You are, what's the fucking word, Chris?
I had someone describe me at a New Year's Eve party as an in-person troll. As opposed to sit behind a keyboard and, making, commenting on stupid news stories without, I just do it to people's faces.
Yeah, but troll kind of comes with the connotation that you're just being mean to be mean.
Yeah, I kind of am.
Or just to point out like people's insecurity. No, but you don't do that though. That's not what. Yes. Okay. Let's be honest. Yes, he does that. He for sure does that. But he does it to people for the most part who know who he is, and it's all for laughs. He uses humor. Okay, without getting into fucking psychology and all this fucking crap. He's a funny
Another
person.
thing you're expert on.
I am, for sure. No, but we have a friend who is an expert on it, and she loves the shit out of you because she knows who you are, and she knows that you use humor to relate to people and to try and make light of situations that would make people feel so uncomfortable that they want to cry or leave, but to make them laugh about it, you make that easier for people. I love you so much, honey. So
are you about to fucking cry?
No. No. You're an asshole. My husband is not a misogynist. My husband wants women to be treated the way they should be treated, which is the same as everybody else. Shut the fuck up. But he makes jokes because it is so absurd that a man in this day and age would think that that is appropriate to say, unless that's how their wife wants to be treated. If you want to be treated, if you are a housewife and you want to be treated like, honey, go make me dinner, that is okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, if you want to be treated a certain way, fucking go for it. If you want to be beat every night and you are truly happy with your husband doing that, or your husband saying, I want a housewife, or your husband saying, I want someone who goes out and works, then that is okay. My husband's specialty is satire, as is mine, and sarcasm, and trying to find humor in things that would otherwise make you want to throw up, because that is the only way we can possibly think about it normally.
I also try to do humor that makes people want to throw up too. So I got both of those going.
Correct. Mm-hmm. It's really just based around comedy and making people laugh. Now, I'm not saying he's not an asshole and he doesn't offend people. He does, but that's kind of on them.
Well,
it kind of is. I'm sorry.
It's like we have to pretend that the WNBA is the same as the NBA, and it's not. The broads aren't as good. Like, can't we just say that? Like, and it's
yes, but what you do, but what you
blind women are equal, or women can do what men can do. No, they fucking can't. No, they can't.
But it's more. I think it's more how you say it, and then they're like, yeah, but they don't understand that you understand the
women's soccer wants to get paid the same as men. Go fuck yourself.
It's okay to say, but you don't finish that by saying it's okay to say, okay, the WM or women's, if you don't bring in as much money, then what would you like us to do about that?
Well,
like, we're not, like, if you want to be treated equal, then let's sit here and say, okay, you don't bring as much money as the men, and let's actually dissect that and say, that's the problem. Well, the problem is why doesn't it bring in as much money, and what do we need to do to change that?
Because it's not as good.
Okay,
get better
okay.
athletes.
Okay,
and
get better athletes. Okay,
the WNBA
they don't
wouldn't
have
even be around. They're getting money from the NBA. The NBA owns it, so even though they're in the red every fucking year, it's still there because it's a thing. Now, I will say this: women's soccer players have a bit of a bitch, because if you name a sports fan,
honey. Can I just? Yeah, I don't know any.
I was getting there. Shut up.
I don't know any sports players.
Then shut up and let me finish, and I would have.
See, some people would be offended that my husband tells me to shut up. However,
other people would hear how much she's talking. And say I should have done it.
However, I tell him to shut up too. It's not necessarily nice. However, it's our love language. It also has a lot.
Go fuck yourself.
It also has to do with how we were brought up and raised, and you find someone that fits with you. That's really
I'm kind
what
of
you
an
do.
ass, and she's kind of a bitch.
I know.
So there we go. No,
and we just it's like we say to each other what we want to say to other people, but we don't say it to other people because why, honey? We're kind. My husband is also extremely kind and courteous. He is one of the only people who will upstage me and say, was that nice? Like, is that, don't put that person out. Why would you do that? Because, who cares about them? Like, I say that to him on a daily. And he's like, no, you need to care about them. He makes me kinder.
Well,
which is weird because he's kind of an asshole.
My goal in life is to not be that guy. So in public,
right?
If in public, it's like I'm not gonna be the guy that cuts off the old broad just because she can't count to 14 or whatever. It's just like, it's no skin off my ass.
You should use a different. Why old people?
I don't know, because that's who's always fucking up in the store.
No, it's stupid fucking 21-year-olds who have never been into Walmart by themselves.
And old people. But anyway.
Okay. But they've earned it. They've earned to sit in the fucking
aisle. They've
been on this fucking planet.
Oh,
Let's not get off on an old people tangent, okay?
Anyway, women's soccer with their lawsuit had a bitch. Because I can name probably, and this is without Hope Solo, who's not on the team anymore.
Honey, I don't know who that is. That sounds like a fucking Star Wars
I'm talking to
character.
The fucking audience, not just you. Let me finish, woman. So, I can name at least 3 women's national. Why are you covering your mouth?
Because I don't. Because my laugh is really like a cackle.
No,
I'm a witch, in case anyone cares.
I can name 3 or 4 women's national soccer players, and I can name probably Goose Egg men's national soccer players.
But you hate soccer.
Right. But they have a bitch, and anyone good is playing overseas somewhere. So they have a bit of a bitch because the national team, they're probably not getting paid as much there. But the WNBA, they're getting paid too much for how much money they bring in. I don't know, those are 2 big ones.
He's like, I don't know any other women's sports. I agree. My husband is also very logical. So, and sometimes that can be offensive because people tend to put emotion into things, whereas he doesn't all the time. He puts emotion into interesting things, but, he's.
Well, if I took the over and there's a field goal on the line, I mean, gambling, I'm very emotional, so.
I would probably say he's probably one of the least misogynistic people that I've ever met in my life, and I've met some pretty misogynistic men who have treated me like I am nothing but would I fuck you? No or yes, and that's how I'm going to treat you.
If you've met a lot of misogynistic men, saying I'm the least, that's not that good.
Well, it is because I married you. It's like, okay, I met many men, and he's the least, so I pick him.
But that's it. All that means is the other ones were really misogynistic. That's like saying...
Okay, I don't know. I've had a lot of Trulies. Anyway, he's just...
So how do you...
I get that sometimes, like, him being... It's like, okay, we get it. You're trying to be funny. Like, I understand where people are coming from when they get annoyed with my husband. However, that just means he's not your fucking cup of tea, and get over it. You don't have to be around him. Like, the people that's the thing is people aren't okay with, oh my God, he offended me. Okay, no one cares. Like, you don't have to like him. He doesn't have to like you. Like, we don't all have to fucking like each other. You can respect him and be kind, or you don't even have to respect him, to be honest. You just don't have to be around him. You can still be kind to him and say, okay, got it. We agree to disagree. I'm not going to spend my time around you. Walk away. Like, why does everyone feel like you're impeding on my space? Like, if someone makes you uncomfortable, walk away. Leave. And then if they keep following you and they keep bothering you, then it's an issue. But Yes, it is. It's everything. This is everything right now because
you're really
I'm never going to be a guest star again because
why not?
Because I'm the wife, man.
If you fucking step your game up,
I think I'm doing fantastic.
Of course you do. It's again a female having an inflated.
Okay, so can you talk now?
A woman having an inflated idea of her performance. Where does that come from?
Aw, why don't you talk nicely about your wife now to everybody? Say something nice about your wife.
Well, no, I mean...
He is incredibly sweet to me, in case anybody cares.
There's not a lot
incredibly. He tells me I'm beautiful every day. He has every single moment since we started together. He's obsessed with me. How are you? Are you okay? Love me. He's touchy. He's amazing. For the most part.
Sweet. Now I don't have to say shit. So, back to the question. How do you deal with such a bigoted misogynist?
It's actually been hard because I tend to get kind of anxious and if we're around people and we don't know them and he's just being himself, I tend to want to over explain for him because I don't want people to think he's an asshole. When the reality is they're at first going to think he's an asshole. And then what happens is if he likes them, which is the part I love the most because he's going to let you in if he likes you. Whereas if he doesn't like you, then fuck you. He's just going to almost try and irritate you, which is the douchiest thing about him. But if he
That's
likes...
not the douchiest thing about me.
But if he likes you, he's going to let you in and you are going to start to see the love he has for everybody and everything around him, including females and, like I said, every color, every whatever, blah, 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 blah. But that he does compensate with humor because a lot of people do. That's what they do. And he is very funny. So I try to overcompensate and be like, he really is nice, or I go over to him and I say, go tell them you were kidding or something because I want them to know that you are a good person. And that's something I struggle with all the time, but I should probably stop doing that and just kind of let you, because it ends up okay every time because the people that we do love, we are around and they know him and love him as well. And the people we're not, who cares?
So this is
the people who don't like him or myself, okay, that's cool.
So this has turned into a Chris dick sucking fest, and you're talking about how you need to change your feelings or whatever.
What? No, change my what?
Your reactions to me in public.
Well, yeah, I for sure do. Because it's I'm not, because it can come off to my husband as that I'm embarrassed or of him.
This is what I need to do. I just need to put a fucking microphone in front of you to get you to admit all this shit.
First of all, we've talked about this. This is a constant struggle that I have because
but now
I don't want people to have the wrong impression of my husband. I want them to see that right away. But the fact of the matter is that if they are supposed to see it, they will. Or if he allows them to see it, then if he wants them to see it, then he will. And yeah, you're right. I'm an imperfect human, just like everybody.
People only say that when they fuck up a lot.
Babe, fuck you. You're imperfect too.
Yeah, I just don't say it.
Maybe you should, babe.
Why?
Maybe you should. We all need to admit.
So here's what just happened, however. You finally, said to the world that you fuck up more than I do. And what happened is the millions and millions of squareheads.
I fucking don't like that. I don't like that at all. But it's not my podcast.
And it fits on a shirt.
It does. Oh, it might be okay. Okay. But squared to me would be you're a square. And you're not a square.
But you're a square head,
oh my god, oh okay. I just got though you said an actual C squared because my name is Casey. It starts with a C. What the fuck? I had no idea what you were talking about. I'm not stupid. I have a job and everything in the real world. Jesus Christ.
They give retards jobs. Let's be honest.
Okay. Can we just say? Can you attest to the fact that I don't get offended, at all?
No, you just hit me when you get uncomfortable.
I do, but that's more of like a he's my Jesus fucking Christ.
Would you stop fucking with the microphone, woman?
He it's because he's my comfort, and it's like he's my reaction, so it's like I can't hit a stranger. You know? Plus I saw a shout out to my stepmom. It's kind of like a term of endearment. You see, or my Aunt Abby, shout out to my Aunt Abby. You see like people hitting their husbands, because it's like oh my God, honey, or, something like that. And it's something you pick up on. I learned it. It is a learned behavior, and it's not a bad behavior. Stepmom or Holly, mom, and Aunt Abby. It's not bad because it's done out of love. It's like a love tap. I tell him that it's a love tap. He doesn't care. He thinks I'm abusing him. One time he sent me a flyer for abused husbands. He thought it was funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, until I was like, yep, I do that. Yep, I do that. Shit.
So, to go back to, answer the question that, since we're going all over the place with you abusing me and you not being as smart as me and all these things that we've gone over, basically you're saying you can handle being with a misogynist because he's not.
Correct. I can handle being with a misogynist because I'm not with a misogynist. People think he's a misogynist because of their first impression.
Okay, so...
Because he makes jokes. Because he likes to he gets an odd kink, fun, whatever you want to call it, out of making people uncomfortable.
Gross.
Making people think about, what did that fucking man just say to me? Did he really just say that to me? And then he looks at you look at him, you look back, and you both start laughing. That is what he does. Does he go overboard sometimes? Yep, he does. But who gives a fucking shit?
The people that went overboard first in the Titanic are the ones who survived. So
that's not a thing.
Maybe I should go overboard.
That's not, babe. That's not what happened.
How the fuck do you know? You weren't there.
I saw the Leo movie like 15 times.
Okay, and guess what?
What?
Kate Winslet is a bitch.
She's got nice titties, though.
Kind of. But there was plenty of room on that log for him. And
I know, that is true. That was a bad play on James Cameron, or whoever wrote that goddamn movie. That was a bad, yeah, they could have both gotten on there. It's like, It's like, when you're a kid
but
and
because she's the woman, she has to get on first. Go fuck yourself.
Well, it's chivalry, babe.
It's chivalry.
But okay, you're right. Again, I get it.
You get chivalry.
Or you get equal rights.
Exactly.
No, I feel you. I get it. Like, the thing is, I don't know that Chris has ever... Well, no. Here's the thing. He's opened doors for me. And because there is that...
I open doors for you all the time, but I open doors for everybody.
But that's the thing. He's just a kind person. I also open doors for him. So it's like, I don't want to be treated like I need... Like, I don't know. I never wanted to feel in our relationship like I needed him. And I'm not, this has nothing to do with other ladies.
That why
if you like 10... to have the door open for you, that is great. I understand why. I get it. I feel you. However, it makes me feel inferior.
Is that why 5 to 10 times a night you ask me to go get you something so you don't have to get out of the chair?
That's me being lazy. I'm lazy. That's not,
well, you could say having the door open for you is lazy too.
Yes, there are some things that I have Chris do for me that are chivalrous that I need from him. But again, I'm human. It's that biological need to have a man take care of me. But I fight it. God damn it.
You did it again.
I fight it. I fight it.
The problem is you get too animated with your hands to have a table microphone.
I'm dramatic and loud.
You need the microphone coming from like above so you can have your hands free and whatnot.
I know.
So, let's see where we're sitting at. Anyway, the reason... I don't know how we got off topic.
How long do we have?
Mind your business. That's how long we have. Well, I got beer.
I want a Truly.
Okay, well then, you want to go...
Calories, 100 calories. Only how many? 2 grams of carbs.
About 40 minutes in recording time.
So how long do we get? How long do I get?
About in the neighborhood of 20 more.
I get 20. I get 60 minutes with my husband. He locks me in the basement the rest of the time. Help me, please. Just kidding. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Be so lucky to hang out in my basement. Got a pretty cool basement.
I like how he says it's his basement.
Fuck yeah, it is.
babe, you proposed and married me.
First of all,
Can I just say, by the way, marriage, I love marriage, but I have been with my husband, been with him for 14 years, minus like 7 months in there, but then we broke up. However, I miss being your girlfriend. I really do. Like, you know, that should be like a whole other episode that you have, because I have mixed feelings about being like a wife, like and what comes with that. And I would rather be a girlfriend sometimes. So,
okay. So here's what we do.
Sometimes I regret it a little bit, but not like I would still be with him. I love him, but I kind of want to just be your girlfriend for the rest of my life. But I also want to be your wife sometimes. It's just a girl thing, I guess.
So here's what we do. If you want to be the girlfriend again, we divorce and you move out. Because here's the thing. I'm never living with another girlfriend. So if you want to be the girlfriend, you know, kick rocks. You're
But I was your girlfriend and living with you, though.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
There's something appealing about not being somebody's wife. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. You know, Dr. Laura would fucking stab me and hang me on a cross, but
there is nothing better than listening to Dr. Laura.
Dr. Laura can suck a goddamn cock, but not before you're married. And don't live with them, because then you're an unpaid whore. Right? Which, by the way, is using your body to get respect. And I don't get that. I don't understand. Like, sex is fucking sex. I would never use sex to get respect from a man, to earn anything from anybody. It's sex. Like, I don't get that. I don't get it. I need another Truly.
All right. We will be back in 3.5 seconds. And we're back. Since I have a broad on, of course, we had to take a piss break.
I had to go potty.
Yeah. So what we've covered so far is you think you should mind your business.
Yeah.
And
but here's the thing.
I'm not a racist.
Can I asterisk, or can I put like a little asterisk there though, with minding your business? I just want to say that I am still a female. See, that's misogynistic, right? Kind of sexist.
Well, it depends why you said you're a female.
So, right. That is just a statement that I'm a female. I'm a female, so I do enjoy a little bit of gossip. A little bit. Just a little bit. Like, it's gotten better as I've gotten older. Like, I don't give a shit, but like, I do like.
Oh, I'll spend hours sitting on a bench watching people in a mall just
for sure, right? And like judgmental, but it's like, I hate when people are like, oh, it's just so you feel better about yourself. No, it really is like the humor factor. It's just laughing about something that someone would probably cry about to themselves because you've been there. Like, if I call somebody fat, or holy shit, they're fat, like, okay, someone's called me fat before. Like, we've all been made fun of. We've all fucking been made fun of. And if you don't know that they're saying it, who cares? It's giving somebody else joy.
Or like, if you're like laughing at someone who tripped, you know, I mean.
Right. As long as they don't see you laugh. If they see you laugh, that's
people
me.
People tripped in Times Square, yeah. You know?
Hey, I did that. I tripped in Times Square, in case anyone cares. I did that.
I think.
And then I got really mad at my husband because he didn't help me up fast enough.
Because you didn't see my arm.
Yeah.
That's why you got upset.
Let's be clear. He did help me up, everybody. He did. He put his arm down, but he was also not trying to make he was trying to not make a big deal about it. That is how his brain works. So he was like, I'm not going to make a big deal because she fell. Let's get up. Where I was like, why didn't you?
You keep talking while you.
Oh, well, I can't. Okay, there. He put his arm down. And he did help me up. It wasn't good enough. I do that sometimes. Sometimes things aren't good enough. But then they are good enough because I'm just a bitch. Again. Just, you know. Yeah.
Well,
what were we talking about?
Did you have you been making TikToks about this?
About what?
About this whole experience.
No, huh? No TikToks.
You do love the TikToks.
I do like TikTok. Yeah. It makes me laugh. It's informative. It's not informative. It's political, kind of. It makes me laugh, and I like sending them. You know what it is?
You know what it is?
What?
And here's the thing: social media started this whole problem with not minding your own fucking business. It made it okay to, you know, delve into people's personal life, and it started with people sharing their personal life, and they still do. But now it's a thing. Now you're going into someone's background and things like that, and TikTok's just another way to do it. So by using and you know them harvesting, information and shit like that. There's that whole thing, giving up our information to China. But what it also does is it makes people feel more fucking important than they actually are.
But what if that is the new importance? Because we're becoming more of a social media world.
Okay, but name something.
Change, baby, change. It's happening.
Name something a social media influencer has changed.
You're going to hate this, but Kim Kardashian.
She got what?
Prison reform.
She got one brown guy out of prison.
Couple. She got
Okay,
a couple.
she got two.
She got she got an African American woman. First of all, I just want to preface this by saying I don't think Kim Kardashian is like amazing or anything, but I think people don't like change, and when the world starts to change in a way that is completely foreign to them, hence social media is becoming the new norm of career path. You can hate Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian Jenner whoever's blah 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 as much as you want to, but they are making money and providing for their families just like anybody else.
Well, when I eventually get famous off of this, I'm going to have to be in that social media market.
For sure.
I'm not going to sit here and, think, my dick's 12 feet long now because, I have a voice out there and I'm still the same fucking pudgy idiot who's sitting in a small room in Spokane.
What you're saying is leave the expert opinions up to the experts.
Well, and you also don't
Wait, where do we go from there? Like, is that what we were talking about?
Kind of.
Okay.
I'll get back to it.
Okay.
Hey, I'm almost professional. Let me,
Oh, honey.
Kim Kardashian didn't get her major pull until she got on one of the main forms of media, TV.
Yeah.
While she was a social media socialite, she was, basically Paris Hilton. She's Nicole Richie.
But why do you look down on people? Like, why do you say that? And like, it sounds like you look down on people. Like Paris Hilton created influencers. She created that career. That is not something to look down upon. Just because it's not something you're used to, because you're not used to technology, because we didn't grow up with that, does not mean that is not something to be. She created something. Right. We're going to look back on that 100 years ago and say, Paris Hilton created that career for millions of people who are lost, who don't know what to do with their lives. Shut up. Don't fucking... My husband, by the way, just rolled his eyes at me. He hates when people bring up, finding themselves or anything like that. He doesn't hate it. I don't think he understands it, but that's what they do.
Okay, well, here's my problem with it.
They need to, like... It's for people who don't know. It's like being it's like being a movie star nowadays. Not everyone is going to make it big on being an influencer, but it fills my time. That's another thing that annoys me. Movie stars who fucking don't stay in their lane. Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't like that either.
That's what I'm saying. Social media makes people more important.
Oh
my God, I have 1.2 million followers. Yeah, well, you know what? That doesn't mean you know shit about the environment.
You're saying don't use your influencer title to speak on things you do not know about.
Right.
If you're a makeup influencer, don't fucking talk about like politics, stay in your lane, right?
Yes.
But if you have the credentials on TikTok to be a political...
but what are the credentials on TikTok?
You went to school to be for political science.
No,
you went to school you are a journalist. The
problem is the only credentials on TikTok to have are more than 400 people following you. All of a sudden, you're a political expert now because enough of these dumb...
I don't agree with that.
These dumb sheep are going to...
I don't agree with that at all. No, yeah, I don't agree. I agree with you.
And here's... I think I brought this up before, and, I'm going to say it again. Not everybody should have a voice.
In certain areas, yes.
The problem is...
You need to find your niche. What is it? You're like, what you are. Like you, honey...
I shouldn't even have a fucking voice.
No, but you say that he doesn't research because he's trying to be funny. Everybody, if anyone takes this no offense, baby, but if anyone takes this podcast even remotely seriously, like that he knows what he is talking about.
I bring you on, so obviously they can't.
Doesn't.
I bring you on, so obviously I can't.
Make you laugh. He's trying to make you feel comfortable when you're sitting in your basement with your buddies or your girlfriends.
Ew.
Whatever, yeah. Jerking off together. No. When you're sitting there and you guys are making fun of people because the world is just so fucked up. And it is. The world is fucked up because we're all humans and humans are fucked up. So we need to laugh about it.
I mean, I have you on here, so obviously this can't be too serious.
Can you just tell everybody that you love me?
Maybe.
Okay.
No, the problem is
There it is. There's the dysfunction in our relationship
not
again,
everyone,
ladies and gentlemen.
not everyone should have a voice. And the problem
With
is
certain things, honey, yes,
No,
everyone should have a
no,
voice. You
no,
can't,
they shouldn't.
My husband has a tendency to like say something and then stop and not like continue it so that it makes more sense.
No,
but that's what he really means, right, babe?
no, not everyone should have a voice.
Okay.
Some people should be.
I shouldn't have a voice about makeup. Like, things
No,
can be
no,
insignificant.
Okay,
Like just little things that make people happy. Like
I'm not talking a voice like
people need to
this
stay in
person's
their
on
lane.
TV.
They need to stay in their lane is what
Right.
you're saying. Like what you're good at. Chris isn't going to go talk about makeup because he doesn't fucking know about it. I'm using makeup because I'm drunk and I can't think of anything else.
That's what you follow on TikTok.
I know, I do love that. See, that's the thing is I follow stuff like that where it's just like I learn stuff.
But those same makeup
Like
people,
about, you know-
on the very next
they don't do that.
TikTokian,
No,
or
that's no, they don't.
there's
do
a
that.
lot who do.
No. Do you follow them?
I follow a lot of people who've gotten rich off 90 Day Fiance, and their Instagram stories are all about the environment.
Can we talk about for a second how my husband watches 90 Day
Love
Fiance
it.
and makes fun of me for watching Bravo? By the way, I don't watch Housewives,
fun of it. Don't
but
make
I
fun of
do
you for
watch. I do watch Don't Be Tardy for the Party. Shout out to the Biermans. I like them. I'm from Billings, Montana.
way worse than 90 Day Fiance.
No,
And-
it's not.
It's
Not even a little
90 Day
bit.
Fiance is a fantastic train wreck. It is great. No one on there should
It
be
makes
on.
me sad, babe. It makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't like things that make Cops also makes me sad. Can we do hashtag police brutality? That's a good one.
No, because we,
hashtag end police brutality.
No, because that's
Cops
not-
is like
we're not in our
everything.
lane.
Like Cops will show you everything you need to know about what's wrong with our fucking what is that called? Police system or justice system, whatever. The system where the cops go out and do what they do. That stuff.
no, because that's not our lane.
True that, baby.
No, it's just social media has given too many people a voice, and to think,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yes, it makes people feel like when we were growing up, like you didn't speak about things that you didn't know about. You just didn't.
well, I did all the time, but I did it to.
But
like,
you did
my
it
close
to get a
circle of friends.
reaction. My husband likes to get reactions, which I love about him. But he does. He
You
likes
know,
to get
if you
reactions.
keep going back to that, you're turning into a one-trick pony on this show.
What are you talking about? It's not. This isn't my show. I'm a special guest.
I said on this show, dumbass, you can listen too.
What?
Like you're not just on here to talk; you can listen too.
Oh, but I love talking so much.
Made that abundantly clear.
Okay, what would you like me to listen to?
I don't know. No, so what I'm saying is you are maybe not you, but people we're going to end the show. Here's my one two things to end the show. And you could jump in on this first one. People, stay in your fucking lane. If you know about makeup, talk about makeup. If you know about neutering cows, fucking talk about neutering cows. But just because you know about neutering cows does not mean you know about the perfect tire tread to save the environment or whatever.
Correct. And mind your business. Like, to a certain extent, there's always that asterisk where if someone is in danger, if you feel like you need to, but even then you still got to look out for number one. I'm sorry, but you do. I think that's underrated, by the way, looking out for number one. Just saying. Unless it's like your kid or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't have kids. That was a joke, people. But like, mind your business, like, because you will start to realize, like, once I started to realize, like, worrying about myself and not worrying about other people and what they're doing, it's still hard for me. Like, I do that sometimes still. But once I do that more, like, it actually works better for me. And you start to realize, you start to see the people who are doing the things that are necessary, and you start not worrying about the people who aren't doing what they need to be doing, because you can't fucking fix it. You can't fix the fucking old woman in the grocery store who's not wearing a mask. You can't fix that. You telling her she's horrible or mean is not doing it. All you're just becoming the asshole that she is.
I've talked about on previous episodes on how you fix that.
How?
You stop medicating them to keep them alive.
Right. Okay. All I'm
We're
saying
keeping
is
people alive too long.
I follow the mantra of I don't ever want to be the asshole or I don't ever want to be that guy. So I'm going to mind my business unless
God, you went so long
I
without
know.
fucking with the mic. So long.
First of all, it's not fucking with the mic, babe. My hand hits it, okay?
I know. I'm
Jesus.
kidding. Smile. It's supposed to be fun.
I've been smiling this whole time. Oh my God. Anyway, yes, mind your business is what I'm saying. I have more on that topic, so.
Well,
mind your
we
business.
will see if this ever happens again. I will, that was the, spring on the
Sounded
microphone.
like background music. It was really cool.
So, I'm going to reach out to all my square heads. Not bad. Not bad.
I don't like it.
It's not bad.
But whatever.
It's better than Dude Bros, which was Cavino and Rich, and they're famous.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
So we're going to see if she earned a spot to be a special guest going forward here. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I've kind of left this off for the last 3 episodes, and I figured this bonus one is going to be a good part. Randy, challenge is still out there, bro. I still got the promoter. I still got my trainer. Still willing to do it by whatever rules you want. So, Randy, just lace them up. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, honestly, there are fans, including there are people in our quote-unquote fake fantasy football league who changed their team name because they want to see it so bad.
It's not fake. There's a trophy.
That's what he said. And that's what he said.
He didn't say it was fake. He said it was not competitive.
He said it's not a real league.
Randy, there's a fucking trophy, and when you don't win it, bitch, you're gonna be crying like a little baby.
You see, another person wants to see the fight happen. You know why?
I don't want to
Because
see
you
anybody
talk
fight.
shit on our football league. So I got him here. Lace him up. I got a trainer. As soon as you say you're good, 2 months later, we will be in the ring. That's all you got to do.
By ring, he means somebody's basement. Or
No,
backyard.
no, if we do this, I'm renting out like a fucking boxing gym. We're doing this shit. Yeah.
Are ya?
So, with that being said, we're coming up to the end of this. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank my gorgeous co-host or special guest for this evening on my start of December bonus episode. I don't know why. I don't know the reason.
Christmas! Hanukkah!
I can't figure out a reason why this is a bonus episode.
Hanukkah. It's
Or
called
we
Hanukkah.
just had nothing else to do.
Kwanzaa. What other holidays are in December? Christmas.
Well, I mean, there's the whole solstice
birthdays.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, cause I'm a witch.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Mitch.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mitch. My brother Connor's birthday is next week too. And there's so many birthdays in December. So many. My mom's. So many birthdays.
Jesus.
Your stepmother's birthday.
Jesus. I mean, the big one, right?
Jesus was born in July.
Allegedly.
He was also black.
Allegedly. No, I mean, wouldn't he have been an Arab?
Can you not say Arab?
We're at the end. No one's still listening.
Racism, ladies and gentlemen. Not racism. God, you know, we need to talk about... This is where you cut it off. Because your wife's just going to keep babbling.
Okay. Well,
All right. Thank you, honey. Oh, I had so much fun.
Well, I want to thank everyone for listening. As always, follow Twitter, Instagram, all that nonsense. Send the beer recommendations. And as of the last episode, we are officially on YouTube as well. So you can get your shows on YouTube as well as wherever you get your podcasts. So thank you for checking this out. I will be back with a normal episode next week. And if I don't hear you before then, have a wonderful weekend.